Somewhere in the North Sea, the present day, a boat is lifting something out of the water, what looks to be the size of a crate. It is then placed on the deck of the ship, whilst in the wheelhouse of the ship, a woman with long blonde hair and a black suit, wearing sunglasses, says, "I think we've finally found him." The captain of the boat then saying, "I'm sorry, you found him? Who, miss?" "My master." "Your master?" "Yes, Dracula." London, 1897. A newly qualified solicitor, Jonathan Harker, is summoned to his workplace, Renfield and Son firm, where he is greeted by none other than Thomas Renfield, saying to him, "Ah, Renfield, I have the perfect assignment for you. Your first assignment, of course." "Oh, great," said Jonathan Harker. "What is it?" "Well," said Renfield, "it is a business trip, to Transylvania. That's in, well, that's quite a journey," said Harker. "I know, but our client, he cannot make the journey here. You would have to go to him. He has purchased, of course, Carfax Abbey." "Right, I see. Well, I shall... When am I to make this trip?" "First thing in the morning." "Oh, but I am to be wedded in a fortnight," said Harker. "Ah, yes, you will be back in time for your wedding to... what is it? Mina Murray. She's, well, going to take a trip to Whitby, to see her friend Lucy." "Ah, yes, I see. Well, of course you will be paid greatly for this job that you're to do, and even though it's short notice, I assume you would like to go home and pack and prepare for your journey. I'll have a carriage to take you to the train station in the morning." "Okay, guess I'll be the one to do it then, Mr. Renfield." So Harker then goes on his merry way to prepare for his journey to Transylvania, whilst Renfield then looks out of the window and says, "I will bring him to you, master. I'm sure that he is the one who is with your love. But he is coming, master." Harker then makes his journey to Transylvania, having a few days on the train and having a long journey, making notes in his diary of his travels and how sometimes the more he goes on, the more the train seems to be delayed. But eventually he made it to Romania, where he arrives at a village. When he arrives there, he goes into a tavern where he checks in for the night, asking if there is a room. And the local barman says, "What brings you here, Englishman?" "Well, I have an appointment tomorrow with Count Dracula." Everyone in the tavern stopped and looked in dread. Harker then asks, "What on earth is going on? Why has everyone stopped?" "You seek the castle," said the barman. "Yes." "I warn you now, do not go to castle. There is, well, vampires live there." "Vampires? Isn't that just folklore? Gibberish myths and stuff?" "Oh, do not go. I am advising you now." "Well, I'm not going tonight. But will a carriage take me there in the morning?" "You non-local, you English are very foolish." Harker then signs his name in and stays for the night, and awakens. Hearing a scream, he looks outside of his window, and there is nothing there, no one to be seen, thinking he may have just dreamt the incident. However, in a dark alleyway, a local man who was drunk has his throat tore open and is bleeding out. The next morning, Harker awakens, has his breakfast, and then gets on a carriage. The barman then saying to Harker, "I am telling you, do not do this." "Sorry, but I'm expected." "Oh, then may God have mercy on your soul." Harker then gets onto the carriage and begins the journey up to the top of the mountain where the castle is. But halfway up there, the carriage stops and the coachman says, "I go no further." "I'm sorry, what?" "I go no further." "But I already paid you." "This is not about money. It is about life. This is as far as I go. We come here once, twice a month to drop things off for him. Mainly a willing person that is expendable. You can carry the journey on your foot. It is not far." The carriage then drops Harker off, and he then makes the rest of his journey on foot. There he finds the castle, Castle Dracula. He looks around for a way in, but then the doors open and he walks inside. In the castle, it's dark, gloomy, shadowy, with very little sunlight getting in, cobwebs everywhere. Then, on top of the staircase, he is greeted by an old, frail-looking man, as his shadow follows. The old, frail man, with long white hair and pale skin, says, "Welcome to my home. Please, my servants are not here today. You must be the Count, said Harker. Count then said, yes, I am Dracula, and I welcome you to my home. Then Dracula makes his way down the stairs, saying, who are my guests here? Yes, well, what I need is your signature to confirm your purchase for Carfax Abbey. We can do that in good time. Until then, I insist you stay here as my guest, and you will accept my hospitality. I'm hoping so. You have had a very long journey, I imagine. Yes, I have. I guess it would be kind of you, and I'll be rude not to. Good. Then come, I will take you to your room. As Dracula escorts Harker to his room, he walks around and sees many things, candlesticks lit up, and old drawings and paintings. He then sees one painting of a man in armor, a fierce prince. Harker then says, who is this? I believe he was once a vicious prince that impaled people for sheer pleasure. Yes, an old relation of mine. Your room is this way. Dracula then shows Harker into his room and says, now, I do have one thing I should mention to you. Do not wander the corridors at night. There are things out there that, well, it's best you stay in your room, said Dracula. You will dine this evening? Yes, I'm quite hungry, yes. Good. Well, I'll leave you to settle in and make yourself at home. As the night comes in, Harker makes his way to the dining quarters, where he then hears howling out in the woods. There he sees Dracula sat at the end of the table, saying, children of the night, what music they make. Count Dracula. Yes, Mr. Harker, please sit. Enjoy your food. Won't you be dining with me? I do not eat in front of others, but I do not mind sitting you and watching you enjoy your food. It is chicken with some soup and some red wine. Well, of course, thank you. And then Harker dines and eats whilst Dracula watches. He then says to Dracula, so the signatures that I need. Yes, of course. Please present them. Harker then hands Dracula the deeds and the papers and tells him to sign them. Just sign here, here, and here. Congratulations, Count. You are now the owner of Carfax Abbey. Excellent. Oh, you seem to be bleeding. Oh yes, I cut myself with the knife as I was cutting the bread. Oh, yes, it is quite some blood. It's only a small cut. Yes, I imagine so. May what? Just, Dracula then licks his finger, saying, Sir, please, oh yes, of course, forgive me. I imagine you would want to get that dressed. Well, I shall leave you to it. But remember what I said. Do not go around the corridors at night. Yes, I remember you telling me. As the night goes on, Harker lays awake, unable to sleep. So, wondering why Dracula doesn't want him to wander around the halls at night. His curiosity gets the better of him as he unlocks his bedroom door and goes exploring. With a small lantern, he walks around and looks at the painting of the evil prince. Then he hears something behind him, getting the feeling that he's not alone. Calling out, Count? He then hears the giggle of a young woman. There he sees a beautiful, attractive woman and asks, Oh, hello. Are you one of the servants here? I serve my master, yes, said the young-looking woman. We all do, as another one appears. Who are you? Said a third one. You look divine, darling. Yes, please, ladies, I have a fiancé. I'm engaged. Of course. I hear your heart beating, blood coursing through your veins. Then another voice says, Enough! You will leave my guest. As Dracula returns, I have food for you, ladies. Then, presenting them with a bag, with a small child inside, the three brides take it. Harker, confused and concerned as what's going on, Dracula then says, You will remember this is nothing but a dream. You never saw this. I never saw this, yes. Now you will return to your room. I will return to my room. Good, good, said Dracula. As Harker returns to his room and sleeps, Dracula wanders around the room and notices some bandages with blood on it, discarded by Harker when he was tending to the cut on his finger. Dracula then picks up the bandage and sucks what he can out of it, having visions, seeing Harker with his soon-to-be bride, Mina, then opening his eyes, saying, She is alive. Could it be? Oh, Renfield, you have served me well. The next morning, Harker wakes up, wondering what's going on. He then sees a letter at the table where he sees a bowl of porridge left out for him, saying in the letter, "From Dracula, Mr. Harker, I have gone out for the day. Please make yourself at home, and I will see you this evening. Dracula." Harker then wandered around the castle again in the middle of the day. Exploring it, he then stumbles into a dark basement of the castle, where he sees crates. Wondering what's inside these crates, 3 of them laid out, whilst another one is placed on top of a tomb. His curiosity getting the better of him, he then opens one of the coffins and finds one of the brides that he saw, not realizing that he encountered them already, but having a very slightly blurred vision. He then sees her awake and the other 2 open. They then surround Harker again as he says, "Now, ladies, please, what are you doing? That tickles." They start to nibble at him and even cut him, drawing blood as they lick his cuts. Then Dracula, stepping out of his coffin, then tells his brides, "Enough! You will leave him now." "Oh, Count Dracula, what is going on here? What's this? You said you were out for the day and you are getting very sleepy," said Dracula. "You will forget everything you have seen, and you will start walking. You will walk and not stop away from this castle." Harker, heeding the instruction, he then walks and walks and walks further and further away from the castle. And as he leaves, Dracula then returns to his room where Harker was staying and looks around and says, "I must prepare for a voyage to England to find her." Harker then continues to walk and walk as he's in a constant trance until his feet start bleeding. Eventually, passing out from lack of food and water and exhaustion, he collapses, only to then wake up in a Budapest hospital a few days later, wondering where he is. What's going on? A Hungarian doctor then says, "Ah, you speak English. You were found, out in the countryside. You were brought here after you seem to have passed out from lack of food and water, and you must have walked a long way." "That's the thing, I don't remember. I don't remember a thing. I need to get back to England. Harker then tries to move, but realizes that his feet are blistered and badly infected and sore, and the doctor tells him he will be unable to leave for some time, but then asks, is there anyone that they can contact, a telegram he could send. He then sends a telegram saying, "Yes, I need to send one to my fiancée, Mina Murray. She should be in Whitby, a town in North Yorkshire. Do you have a pen and paper?" Of course. Meanwhile, out at the docks, a cargo is lifted onto the ship, a big crate. Inside, Dracula sleeps, with earth and soil from his homeland placed in there with some other crates containing soil. Getting put onto the ship, the Demeter, a crewman wonders, "What is this?" "I don't know," said the captain. "Something we need to deliver to England." "So, how about the crew?" "Well, we're getting what we can. Ships like this don't sail anymore now. It's all about steel and steam engine and horsepower. I think after this voyage I'll retire and buy a cottage." Then, as a crate is being lifted, it is dropped by one of the men, who notice there's a symbol on the crate. Being superstitious, he thinks it's the devil and flees. Meanwhile, a young man, a doctor, then goes up to the captain saying, "Excuse me, sir, I hear you're a crewman down. I'm a doctor. My name is Abe." "But wait, you're a doctor?" said the captain. "Well, yes, but I don't have much money, but I'm willing to work my way through in assisting anywhere I can on the ship. It's just I would like to get back to England. You know, I have a fiancée there, and... Wait, what experience do you have in sailing?" "Well, I sailed a ship to get here. I had a medical seminar. You see, I'm a doctor. I'm still new to things." Yes, well, can you scrub the decks or man things and that?" "Well, I'm a fast learner, but I'll help in any way I can. And, well, like I said, I don't have much money, but I'm sure I can, well, pay my way through." "Very well. I'm a man down, and one of my crewmen ran away in terror, saying that there's a demon on board the ship." "That's a bit of nonsense, isn't it?" "Yes, what did you say your name was again?" "Oh, Abe. Abe, okay, that's fine enough for me. You can come on this voyage as long as you pay your way." "Oh, okay, thank you, Captain. Thank you." Then the ship is then packed, the crew is ready, and the Demeter prepares for its voyage. As night falls, Dracula lays within the crate with his coffin inside, and then opens his eyes as the night comes in. He then smiles sinisterly, with his teeth and fangs razor sharp, saying to himself, "Breakfast time."